Yeah, it's going to be milder, but even a mild in January is still quite chilly out there. But we will be around 10 to 15 degrees above average come the afternoon. Still a little bit cool in the morning, as of course it's going to be, with morning lows for the most part in the low and mid 20s when we're waking up. We'll have a little bit of a decrease in cloud coverage once we get into tomorrow afternoon. Some more sunshine poking out, and with some southerly winds, we have warmer air moving in. Slightly warmer, most of us for the areas south of I-94 actually climbing into the low 40s for our afternoon high. So 41 in La Crosse, tad cooler in Eau Claire at 36, but that's still going to be both cities around 10 to 15 degrees above the average high for this time of year. So overall, a nice mild start to the week. By Tuesday, we could actually have even warmer temperatures moving in. Just slightly warmer than Monday, but still warmer nonetheless. In La Crosse, likely seeing a high climbing into the mid 40s. This will be the day on Tuesday where actually most of the area will be climbing into at least the low 40s. Some folks south of I-90 even climbing into the upper 40s. So going to be a nice day of temperatures, but they fall pretty quickly therefore after, and by the rest of the week from Wednesday to Thursday, we're going to be basically on the dot for near average highs. Come the weekend, this time next week, going to be a little bit chilly out there with temperatures continuing to fall throughout the weekend. So definitely get out and enjoy those warmer temperatures on Monday and Tuesday. A little bit more enjoyable tomorrow just because we're not going to see nearly as much wind out there. Very light wind gusts and sustained winds altogether as we go into Monday. Tuesday, though, is looking to be the breeziest of the week. Overall, not extremely windy, but we could definitely see wind gusts nearing 30 miles per hour across the area for Tuesday. So even though that'll be the relatively warmest day, it's also likely going to be the day with the most wind. Still a tad breezy on Wednesday, but those will likely be the 2 days this week where we have to deal with any stronger wind gusts across the area. We also have multiple chances for precipitation. One is coming up pretty quickly now going into early Tuesday morning, although it's going to be a very light chance. Not expecting a whole lot of accumulation with this, and because it's going to be warmer out there Monday and Tuesday, it'll start as more rain. Not nearly as much rain as we saw at the end of last week, but still the chance for some sprinkles nonetheless. Likely happening when most of us are asleep in the very early morning hours for Tuesday. A lot of it looking like it's really hedging off further into northern and central Wisconsin, but folks north of I-90 may be waking up to a little bit of water on the sidewalks outside. The chance for that to freeze is low, but not zero, so maybe a couple slick spots on your Tuesday morning commute, but we should be dry by the time most of us are heading into work. Even the chance for some sunshine to be poking out in the early morning for folks further south of I-90, but then the clouds come back in later Tuesday afternoon, and we could even see some very light flurry action passing through. Nothing widespread, going to be widely scattered across the area, but possibility of a couple snowflakes to be flying around by the time we get into Tuesday evening. So that'll be our next precipitation chance, and after that it looks like to dry out by Wednesday. Overall, not a lot of rain or snow accumulation likely with that event, but as we go into Thursday, we'll likely see heavier snow chances moving in, especially going into Thursday night, and that could extend into Friday as well. For now, next weekend's looking dry, but definitely something to keep an eye on for that Thursday and Friday event. Overall, not looking at a huge heavy snowfall, but definitely an accumulating one, more than we're expecting as we go into Tuesday. And temperatures, of course, are going to be cooler after that, especially as we go into the weekend, back into the teens.
All right, so a little bit of a mild stretch and then a little bit of activity.
Wake up call, yeah.
All right, thanks, Nicole.